As it is written, Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, and I perceive him not. Yet is the secret of that way hidden in thy bosom, O Israel. For my way is the way of the word, and the word is hidden in thy heart. For this is the word creative, which calleth all things into being. Here is a mystery, for the letter He concealeth the word, and the word is as truly a vision as it is a voice. With me there is no difference between speech and sight. In very truth I utter myself by seeing. Unto the uninstructed, the coming forth of the creative word is as a mist and a vapor. For existence is as a veil of concealment, which hideth my true nature from their eyes. Hidden and imperceptible is the essence of my being, which sages call concealed with all concealments. By day, when thy senses busy themselves with the appropriate objects, if thou seest me at all, shall I be unto thee even as to thy forefathers, naught but a pillar of cloud, vague and uncertain, going before thee. But at night, when thou hast withdrawn thy senses into themselves, and thy mind is no longer swept away by the multiplicity of objects, thou shalt perceive me more clearly as a pillar of living fire. Behold, it shall be well with thee, if thou canst understand the saying, and if thou knowest what is day and what is night. None hath seen me face to face, for I am the forerunner of all. Thus, O Israel, am I ever before thee on the way of life. And to all mankind it is said, even as to Moses, thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen. No matter how far thou goest, I have already passed that way. Thou shalt never see me as I am. But thou mayest know me in what I have done. The wise discover me in my works. No man perceiveth me as father, until as mother I have brought forth creatures. The following of He after Daleth is the alphabet, and the alphabet is a sign and symbol of this truth. Even as Ima, the mother, concealeth the Yod of Ab, the father, so doth He, though the wise call it, the mother wherewith creation took place, conceal that same paternal Yod, since He in its plenitude is the number 10. Therefore the letter He belongeth to my paternal mercy, since in the number 4, which appertaineth unto Chesed mercy, is the number 10 concealed, even as it is hidden in the word window and in that exhaustless mercy. Let lie hid the riches of the kingdom, for the Decad is the kingdom, and the Decad is hidden in Chesed. Regard me therefore as the paternal Yod which imparteth life. Regard me therefore as the paternal Yod which imparteth life to the whole creation. Not made with hands, but begotten is this universe of which thou art at once a part of the whole. Of mine own substance are all things made, and I give myself freely to every one. They know me truly who see that it is my nature to bring forth and to originate. This whole universe is an expression of my primal will to yield fruit. Even as in Genesis thou mayest read that light was the first creation, so hath it been known since the beginning by the wise. They worship me with wisdom, turn their faces toward the east, for the shining of the dawn is a type of all my works. This whole creation is the irradiation of that limitless light which I am. But never shall mere man attain to the source of that divine illumination. None may grasp me. None may grasp me, and to those who seek to capture me in the net of thought, I am the eternal fugitive. Yet though I elude pursuit, I am the source and support even of the pursuers. I am in truth the food of all beings. The bread thou eatest is my body, the wine thou drinkest is my blood. For because creation took place with the letter hair, the letter is the ground of all created existence, stuff from which every form is built, the supply for every need. Oh, this am I, therefore thou none may capture me. In the net of thought he shall speak truly, who shall say, laying his hand on anything soever, whether men prize it or scorn it is of no worth. Dost ask me to show thee the Lord? Verily in this shalt thou find him, if thou hast eyes to see. The comment in hair, pronounced hay, transcribed as h. I am in truth the food of all beings. The bread thou eatest is my body, the wine thou drinkest is my blood. For because creation took place with the letter hair, that letter is the ground of all created existence, the stuff from which every form is built, the supply for every need. All this am I, therefore thou none may capture me in the net of thought. He shall speak truly, who shall say, laying his hand on anything soever, whether men prize it or scorn it as of no worth. Don't ask me to show thee the Lord. Verily in this shalt thou find him, if thou hast eyes to see. Comment in hair, H-E-H, pronounced hay. Transcribed as H, the number 5 meaning window, the constituting intelligence. The first two sections of this meditation state the fundamental premise upon which is based the Kabbalistic practice of meditation. The third section establishes the correspondence between He, the window, and Daleth, the door, as being of the same nature as that between Chesed, mercy, and Bina, understanding. The fourth section is an elaboration of the Kabbalistic attribution of the sense of sight to the letter He. In this section are two examples of gematria, both in the phrase my way soareth high. In Hebrew, dawau, D-A-H, means to fly, to soar, and gauba, G-B-H, means high or soaring. The numeral value of each word is 10, which is also the value of the letter name Ha, H-H. Another example of gematria comes in a later phrase of section 5 for hidden in my bosom, is evidently based on the numeral identity between chob, CHB, hiding place, bosom, and the letter name He, HH. He concealeth the word. The letter of the letter name is 10, which reduces to 1 the number of Aleph. And Aleph stands for the creative word, the divine name, IHVH, which calls all things into being. The phrase I utter myself by seeing, based on the attribution of sight to He, means that the universe is called into manifestation by the self-contemplation of spirit. A mist and a vapor, the Hebrew noun Ade, AD, has the numeral value 5, the same as the single letter He, and means fog, mist. He is called the mother wherewith creation took place, because H is the second letter of the tetragrammaton, IHVH, and this second letter is attributed to Bina, which is Ima, the mother. He conceals Yod because the letter name He, HH, has the value 10, the number of the letter Yod. 10 is concealed in 4, the number of the Sephirah Chesed, because 4 implies the pre-existence of 1, 2, and 3, so that it may be taken as representing 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, or 10. Here the Kabbalah agrees with Pythagorean number occultism, when Chesed is considered to be the number 4. The riches of the kingdom lie concealed therein, because 10 is the number of the Sephirah Malkuth, the kingdom. The phrase I utter myself. When Chesed is considered to be the number 4, the riches of the kingdom lie concealed therein, because 10 is the number of the Sephirah Malkuth, the kingdom. The phrase to yield fruit, which sums up this section, is another example of gematria. The Hebrew is aubab, A-B-B, to blossom, to bear fruit. and the numeral value of this word is 5, the same as that of the letter he, or H. Who turns the faces to the east, and what follows refers to the attribution of the direction east to the letter Daleth, which precedes he in the alphabet. Eternal fugitive is from the proper name Agi, Aga, fugitive, probably derived from the Arabic. Its numeral value is 5, the same as the letter H. Food in Hebrew is bag, bg, a word derived from the Persian. Its numeral value also is 5. Who turns the faces to the east, and what follows refers to the attribution of the direction east to the letter Daleth, which precedes he in the alphabet. This is the Hierophant. The meditation on Vav is that which uniteth all things in the world of the manifest. I am rightly made known by Vav the nail. Because I am all, and in all, therefore am I the link or bond which joineth together the parts of the fabric of existence. In all the universe there is no break, but bonds indissoluble, each point is fastened to every other. Behind the separate existences is the unity of my being, which is as a net, gathering together all these many forms. Nothing existeth alone, all things are in combination. Manifestation requireth the appearance of separate parts. When I show forth my power, what I bring into existence must seem other than myself. And because I am wholly free, I present myself to myself in an endless variety of forms. It is the seeming isolation of class and kind, the separateness of creatures, not but illusion which deludeth me not, nor are they by it deceived, in whom my wisdom is ripened. The separateness of creatures, not but illusion which deludeth me not, nor are they by it deceived, in whom my wisdom has ripened. Unfathomed and unfathomable is the great deep of mine interior nature. In the unplumbed abyss of the no-thing, mine eternal will ariseth, and by the rising of that will, the no-thing cometh forth into the appearance of something. That will is the small point of all beginning, and its coming forth is a search for itself, for that will is a hunger and a desire and a longing. My nature being changeless, this eager longing altereth not. It is a thing concluded before all manifestation, a purpose unalterably decided upon, a determination which I confirm by mine existence, my experience. Out of that longing cometh the fixing of the boundaries of the universe. By it I draw the circle of the something, which emergeth from the illimitable deep of the no-thing. Therefore is this longing the root of Gabura, severity, for it restricteth the liberty of the no-thing, and produceth an appearance of limitation and separateness therein. The nail is a perfect symbol of this severity. It hath a property of sharpness and stringency, like the point of a nail, and again as a nail fasteneth together the parts of a house, so doth the desire of coming forth join together the parts of the universe, my dwelling place. These are mysteries, O Israel, difficult to understand. With much searching shalt thou still fail to grasp them, unless thy search be rightly prosecuted. Yet the way to understanding is ever open to him who will follow it steadfastly. It is the way of the heart, and thou shalt be guided therein by thine own inner hearing. By it Even this aspect of my nature, which presenteth itself under the signature of the letter Vav, is a promise and a fulfillment of the way of life, manifesting myself as the link which uniteth all the separate parts of my creation. I make myself known as the bond of union between creature, and between the creatures and their creator. The creator is myself, and I am the nail which joineth thee to me. In thee am I ever present, and thou hast only to turn within to find me. Shut thine ears to the confusion of the world which surrounded thee. Open thine inner hearing, aspire earnestly to me. Verily thine aspiration is from me, and what sendeth thee in search of me is that same eager longing which had brought thee forth, and it had brought forth too the four worlds and all that they contain. Thy search for me is mine own search for myself, nor shall that quest of mine Thy search for me is mine own search for myself, nor shall that quest of mine which seemeth now to thee to be thine own pursuit of wisdom and of understanding be doomed to failure. Whosoever thou art that readest or hearest these words, know that thou shalt come to me. I am the revealer of all mysteries, none other is the teacher of any man. These words that thou readest, or that perchance are read to thee, whose words are they but mine? I have brought thee before me for instruction, and whether thou receivest it willingly or unwillingly, know that because thou hast this day heard or read these words, thou art henceforth consciously united to me. Today thou mayest reject me, today thou mayest receive these words with scorn, yet it shall be that my voice shall go with thee henceforth forever. When thou sleepest, it shall instruct thee, and even when thou art busiest with the affairs of daily life, it shall ring suddenly in thine inner ear.
The situation in the government right now, there is no really any possibility for the reform. That's the problem, because the government is an ideological government, and they were found based on this ideology. If they lose the ideology, there is nothing more. But there is something paradoxical right now, because in the past, like 40 years ago, 45 years ago, when the Islamic government was founded in Iran, the societies of Iran, the communities, they were very Islamic. That's a fact. The people were very, very Islamic because they never really tested how Islam looks like when it comes to power. They thought, okay, Islam is like a culture, it's a peace religion. We have been Muslims for a generation, for many generations, and the Islam gonna be good. But when the government came to power from a very extremist Islamic society, in the beginning it worked very well. But later on, after 4 decades, that the new generations came up and they don't have Islamic minds, the government is in a big trouble, because the ideology of the government, which is a Shia Islamic ideology, the new generation and the new society is not accepting it anymore. So they are step by step are failing, and they are not willing to do any reform, because there are a lot of opposition groups and parties which they are willing to participate inside the government, and all those oppositions are living out of the country, in Europe, in USA, in different countries, and they are willing to go back to Iran and work even with this government. Some of them they do, but the government can't accept that, because they have an ideology that they have to keep the power, and this power should conclude to destroy the Israel and create the Islamic world, because the part of the ideology is coming from this part, that they are waiting for someone called Mehdi. I mean, for example, in Jews also we have Yeshua, but it's very different. For them, Mehdi is someone who's gonna come to save them, and they believe the Mehdi gonna come.
No, am I right? It's a 12th. It is waiting for the 12th Mahdi to come. Am I right?
Yeah, they have to prepare the Middle East for the Mehdi to come, and one of the preparation is to destroy the Israel. So this is the ideology. How can you reform that?
But what I read was something like this. Like I heard that it is becoming less less religious country. People are not really that enthusiastic to go to mosque during Fridays, and people are people are becoming more like a lot of Christians are also people are also converting to Christianity, and Parsi community is expanding. Is it really a correct one, like where religion is playing is not playing a big role in the society nowadays?
For sure, it's correct. I said the same thing. Yeah, it's completely correct. Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna leave because I have to cook.
Thanks for coming.
For sure, baby. We're gonna talk more, but it was an interesting room, and it's good that the people who are disagree with us, they have a space to talk. Because believe me, when you go to the rooms, which they are pro-Palestine rooms, if you are Jew, you're not allowed to talk. It seems that they see you like dirty. You're not even allowed to say hello there. But in the Jewish room, I mean, we believe in democracy. The people who are disagree, they are coming, they are talking. The people respect them. Even a few times, some people in the audience, they insulted some of the pro-Palestinians, but the admins here, those who are in control, in charge of the room, they stood up in front of those who insulted personally the pro-Palestinian. They respect them. And this is a different, and the people should see us, that from which position we are talking, from which position we came from, and from what position they do. Because we are a small society, and it might show the bigger